I'll be the first to admit I don't like following the rules. Today I'm going to share with you 10 generally socially accepted norms that I've chosen as a woman in my 50s not to follow anymore. Now don't get me wrong, I abide by the law and I follow the generally accepted rules for society, but there are a few things that are much more personal to me that I've decided to do my own way now that I've reached this age and I feel that I've earned the right to make my own decisions for myself. One of the first times I remember not following the rules was way back when I was early in middle school. It was in the 80s when preppy was in and people were wearing pink polo shirts and plaid shorts and girls were wearing headbands in their hair. Well, I remember being at school one day and my mom had finally bought for me a polo shirt. Now, it wasn't the Polo brand because we were not wealthy people and couldn't afford that, so I had the fake polo shirt. I think it had a fox on it. But I was so happy to finally have a polo shirt, and I was wearing my collar up, which was the generally accepted rule at the time for how to wear your polo shirt. So I get to school and I'm walking around with my up collar for most of the day, and then finally one of my friends came up to me and said, "Hey Jen, we're not wearing our collars up anymore. It's no longer in." I was horrified. I had waited so long for that darn polo shirt to wear my collar up. But you know what? I kept wearing my collar up. I didn't care what other people thought. I wanted to wear my collar up. And I think over the course of my life, that situation had a real big impact on me. Today is going to be a walking and talking kind of day. I am not married, and I don't plan on getting married. I've been in a relationship since 2011. We've raised our children together, we own a home together, but we decided, since we both came out of really bad marriages, that we were not going to get married, and we would stay together as long as it felt good to stay together. Well, I can tell you that it's now 2024, and we're still together, and we're not planning on separating at any point in life. This seems like the right way to do it. Another socially accepted norm that I've decided doesn't work for me as a woman in my 50s is I don't sleep in the same room with my partner. We keep separate bedrooms. As much as people might beg to differ, this has been really amazing for our relationship. He's a night owl and I'm an early bird. We both snore. He has nightmares and gets up a lot during the night. I get up during the night to use the bathroom. Plus, I went through that lovely period of time when I was having hot flashes and night sweats, and the extra body heat just wasn't working out for me. So when his daughter moved out a few years back, he took over her room. And what's been so nice about this is there are no more little battles over people leaving stuff on the floor, or whether or not the bed is made, or whether or not the lights are left on. We do what we want in our own rooms, and it really keeps the peace. But what's also nice is that I have a dedicated space that's mine that I get to go to at the end of the day. I can close the door and lock it if I need to and have some uninterrupted downtime. And so can he. This has really been an amazing change in our relationship, and I don't imagine ever going back to sharing a room again. Another social norm that I just stopped following in the last few years is I have stopped making it a goal to keep a squeaky clean house. Although my family didn't have a lot of money when I was growing up, the one thing that was important to my mom, being a full-time employee and a full-time mom, was to keep a spotless home. Our home, though small, was immaculate all the time, every day. Nothing was ever out of place, and if it was, it got put back into place immediately. And although I really wanted to honor her and follow in those footsteps, I just could never do the same thing. I have a neurodivergent brain, very distracted, and it's hard for me to stick to things for long periods of time. And also, at the end of my busy day, I'm tired and I don't want to pick up after myself, to be quite honest with you. When the kids were little, we started out with a much more strict routine of everybody trying to pick up after themselves and keep things clean and tidy. I don't have a cleaning person come because I just am kind of uncomfortable with other people in my home that I don't know. But anyway, as time went on and I got older and now there's all adults living in the house, it's really hard to keep it immaculate. And so I kind of just stopped trying. Even though I would like things to be different, I do what I can when I can. My partner does what he can when he can. My daughter does what she can when she feels like it. And in the meantime, it's a little bit messy. I am never going to have a decluttering the whole house video, nor will you ever see me doing clean with me videos. It's just not my thing. I've also stopped cooking for my family every day. I cooked for my family for over 20 years, just about 5 days a week. I did all the grocery shopping, I did all the meal prep. And now that everybody's adults, I'm tired. So people generally in my home cook for themselves. That's why the house isn't as clean as it used to be, because everybody's cooking at different times. We all keep different schedules. But to tell you the truth, it's actually easier this way. So people don't have to eat when they might not be hungry. They can eat the foods that they want to eat. And once or twice a week we have a meal together. It's working out just fine. And I'm glad to have let go of that social norm that the woman of the house has to make the meals. On the subject of meals, I don't use the fancy china only for special occasions. We use it every day. I have a set of nice china and I have a set of plastic plates. We use the nice china to eat our main meals on, and then if anybody wants to eat outside of the kitchen or dining area, for instance, if my partner wants to go into the garage, into his studio, or my daughter wants to eat in her room, they can put their food on a plastic plate. These dishes that I use were my mom's, and she always had beautiful taste in dishes. So I want to honor her every day, and I want to see those plates every day. They're good quality. They've already lasted almost 30 years, so I'm just going to keep on the tradition of using the nice china all the time. The social norms around diet culture and the idea that women need to be a certain shape or a certain weight or eat a certain way at a certain age, I don't care about any of that at all. I follow a specific way of eating that works for me, that allows me to feel my best and be energized and take care of my health and prepare for a long, healthy life. And I am interested in ways to improve my health, but I'm definitely not the person that's going to jump from diet to diet and do whatever diet is trendy ever. It's just not my style. I don't care about trendy fashion. I am not a trendsetter. If dressing in thrift clothes and buying what's comfortable and wearing things that just make me happy is being a trendsetter, then we'll call it that. But for me, I don't care what's fashionable at any point in time. I gave that up a long time ago. First of all, it's expensive. Second of all, it's wasteful. And third, it's not always comfortable. So I'll go to the thrift store when I feel like I want to refresh my wardrobe, and I'll find a cute item here or there and add it to my wardrobe, and I'll make out of my clothes whatever trend suits me at whatever time. Another social norm that I don't care to follow is I don't get my nails done. I've bitten my nails for my whole entire life. I had my nails done once for my wedding in 1996. And then I had my nails done one other time right before I met my partner of 13 years, and I haven't had them done in between or since. It's expensive. That seems to be a theme today. It's expensive. I don't like the way they feel on my nails. I don't like the chemical smell of the nails. I don't like having to keep them up. Plus, nail biting is a stim for me. It's something that I need to do to regulate. So when I have acrylic nails on my fingers, I can't bite them. So I've just given up on having pretty nails. Nobody cares. I don't care. This is me all the way. It's always going to be that way. So no manicures for this gen. I don't answer the phone. I don't even talk on the phone for that matter. I do have friends, and I do communicate with the people who love me and whom I love in return. I just don't like spending time on the phone. I think that also has to do with my neurodivergent self. I really need to see people in person to kind of understand what the flow of the conversation is supposed to be like. And it's always been uncomfortable for me on the phone. So when I have to call a creditor or I have to call to make a doctor's appointment, it causes a lot of stress for me. Anyway, I don't talk on the phone, but if you meet me in person, I will talk your head off. I realized that when I was editing that I left out the 10th social norm that I don't follow. So here we go. The 10th social norm that I don't follow is that I'm not real big on holidays. Birthdays, yeah, maybe we'll celebrate. We might go out to dinner or just have a cake at home. And we do the winter holidays, Christmas and Hanukkah. But I'm not a real big Mother's Day person. My partner's not a real big Father's Day person. And we just don't make a big deal about that kind of stuff. I guess it's because I tend to try to appreciate every day. So all 365 days of the year are as special as the one before it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm not a big holiday person. Still a happy person. So those are some social norms that are generally accepted by society that I choose not to follow. I love my life. I love the way that I live my life, and the people who know me and love me and care about me don't seem to mind that I don't follow those generally accepted rules for society. If you resonated with any of those generally accepted rules that I don't follow, please let me know in the comments below. And if you like lists and you want to know about 10 things that I don't buy anymore, please watch this next video. See you next time.